Hey there, Aries fan. How you be? This round for July of 2025, there are particulars that I would like to speak with, okay? There's someone who has been pulling a bit of TLDR with something. And what I mean by that is it's not just like, okay, I get the gist of it. All the extra words are unnecessary. It's more that someone has been making assumptions about something. And maybe things seem to be going along just great and fine and dandy at first, but now there's kind of these hiccups that have been coming on, and there's like, well, what's going on? And that's it. You may be thinking there's something, like it's a particular way, when in actuality, it's this other type of way, right? So someone really needs to be paying attention, okay? There we go. That's the first message that I picked up on while I was meditating earlier this morning. Pay attention. You're making assumptions about something that you need to, like, there's certain details that you've been, because you're so, it's like you made up your mind before you were done getting all of the information. Maybe, listen, you may have had no idea. That's okay. I feel like the main point is it may just simply be time to make some adjustments. You know what I mean? All right. Oh, okay. So I'm having the 10 and 9 of swords are coming up. So there's an ending to a very painful cycle. What I tend to think of when I see the 10 of swords is people have no idea as to what's been going on underneath it all with you, because it's the mind, right? And the problem that I have with the 10 of swords is at least one of those swords is self-inflicted. But I feel like that's confirmation. It's like there's stuff that you have begun stressing about that if you could only see it for what it truly is, you see that it's actually all right, okay? Let's see what you got going on. Okay, fam, you may catch me, did I cut the deck yet? I'm taking that as a sign to cut it again then. Boom. Now what? You might see me messing with my eye a bit, but that's because I'm pretty sure I have a cat hair in there. Thank you for your patience. Let's see what the tale is for July, fam. Chapter 1. The 5 of Wands. Well, we're starting with that fire, eh? So the thing about this card that I want you to remember is to not only get your dang ego, the bleepity bleep out of the way, but if you're dealing with an industry or situation that can be highly competitive, I want you to remember that this can be healthy competition. And not only that, but competing with who? Exactly. Who are you competing with? Besides your past self, yesterday, right? Otherwise, get your ego out of the way. Right? There might be something that maybe you're trying to do something new. Either way, if you have people around you that you're kind of, I don't know if jealousy is quite the right word. What do you say? But there are comparisons going on. And is that it? You're thinking people are a particular way when in reality, like, no. You really need to tap into that fiery Aryan energy right now. Like, just really revel in it. Because with Aries, like typical Aries can actually be so much fun to be around. They're intelligent, they're witty and silly. It's like they got that balance going on and all the spunk to be able to pull it off, right? But sometimes, if they slip more toward the negative side of things, all of that fiery energy is, Hades. So just remember that true nature of yours, okay? Because I feel like someone's getting a little lost in the sauce. They're forgetting and they're overlooking. Chapter 2, the 9 of Wands. So maybe you've caught on. Maybe that's what I was catching up on, is like, oh, that realization, that epiphany. This isn't a time, like this person's looking over their shoulder like they're worried about salt or something. Or actually they're not, huh? Amy. Uh, they're not, huh? But they're looking over their shoulder like they're still haunted by something, right? Like maybe they're worried that it's not over with and there's still something yet to come. But what you need to remember is this cycle, remember we saw that 9 and 10 of swords. The wands is, it's affecting your passion. It's not just your mind, it's affecting your passion and your creativity. And it's keeping you from being able to truly recognize and be capable of honoring how far you've come, how strong you are. It's distracting you right now. Like this month seems to be like people who are just like, boosh, or they're being called out on their distractions. Chapter 3 is the 6 of Wands. We could be like this, but you playing is another theme that I feel like has been going on. Like people are going to, this is like public recognition. You know what I mean? Like there's something that's been brewing that you've been working on that maybe you haven't, maybe you've been feeling overlooked a wee bit. But someone has also been playing their cards close to the chest and you know it. Right? You've been feeling like this is precious. I don't want to spoil it by putting it out there. When it's just simply time for things to get out there. Don't worry about the competition. There is none. You know what I mean? Like, do you even know how inspiring you actually are? Besides the fact that I'm asking an Aries that question. You know what I mean? Like, do you even know? Like, really, truly know that there are no comparisons, only inspiration, right? Because you're just going to do it your own way, right? And you're going to be recognized for that, okay? Or maybe this 9 of Wands being in the middle is showing, you know, that how can you accept accolades when you know how hollow they can be, how finicky the industry can be, people can be. Maybe that might be going on for someone. Perceptions askewed because it's Hollywood. You know what I mean? The equivalent of, like, basically, figuratively, whatever. Chapter 4, though, is another white horse. Like, I always feel like the 6 of Wands horse is like, it's about time you caught up, you know what I mean, to everybody else. Whereas with the Knight of Cups, the Knight and the Knight of Cups and Pentacles are the slowest knights of the tarot, basically. But I always feel like they, you know, because knights are sent out for their mission. And I feel like those two, it's like there's a meeting spot, okay? You got to meet me halfway. I did my part. You got to do yours. You know what I mean? So remember, I've already dropped the word creativity, creative or whatever, right? Now it's like we have the cups to confirm. This person has so many incredible things that they want to share with you. I always feel like this horse is prancing around like they're waiting for you to join. It's like they can see you on the horizon, like, yes, it's about that time. You know what I mean? And I've been seeing a lot of these white horses recently. Oh, which one in the water signs was that? Scorpio or Pisces? There were 3 in a row with white horses. The sun and such. And I was like, what the heck am I looking at? So maybe. But either way, this is a message. This can be a message of love. This can be like maybe somebody wants to come in and do a collaboration, and that's going to enable you to get up to that next tier in your life. It doesn't have to be a tier of like bigger and better in the way that people may think, you know, like you're rising above everyone else. It's just on to bigger and better. Now it's time for these things. It doesn't have to make you better than anyone else. It just means that we're at different points in our journeys, right? And this is a time for you where we're ending the turmoil. This has been about really, someone feels almost like they've retired, or maybe that's what you're working toward. Maybe that's a realization. I got there eventually. That's a realization for someone. Like, you don't even really have to do this anymore. You do it because you enjoy it. Okay, then what does that mean? What does that look like for you now, right? If you're so used to working and having to hustle and stuff, what does it mean for you to basically be retired, even semi? Because you can. Someone can, that's for sure. All right, so that's our top 4. What are the 4 that are going to come up and pair with these? Under the 5 of Wands, we have the Hanged Man. You're going to take those wands and give yourself a little perch, apparently. But notice that enlightenment around their head, right? If I can get it to even show. Like I said, maybe things, you were expecting something, but it's just not happening the way you expect. And you can stress and try to force the issue, or you can take a step back, realize, okay, either way, I got myself here. You know, and being able to recognize that you don't have to be there controlling every little thing. Instead of rushing yourself with that fiery passion, take a chill pill. You know what I mean? Which, I haven't said that in a long time. I haven't used that within my vernacular in a long time. So I'm guessing that was for someone in particular, but just relax. You know what I mean? And where's the silver lining? Where's the enlightenment? Like, okay, this is, either way, this is how it's working out. And I believe that either way, I'm doing my part and things. So what can I be doing right now? In the meantime, in between time, what is it that I can adjust? And just take this moment to, at the very least, enjoy the silence while it lasts, before it gets a little crazy, before it gets a little wild. I like that better, right? Underneath the 9 of Wands, we have the 5 of Cups. No one wants to deny or disrespect what you've been through. Your loss. Someone lost something and it feels very recent. Or maybe that's what you're afraid of. I feel like it's more of a recent thing that we're working through, that we're healing from. Maybe that's one of the epiphanies that you have been having, and it's like, oh, kind of like finally being diagnosed autistic and being able to look over your life and realize, oh, that's what was going on in those relationships. Those weren't actually my friends. They were not matching my vibe at all. No wonder why I felt so ripped off, you know, and disrespected. But this is loss. Loss of self. Maybe that's why I was thinking of that and comparing it. Because, you know, you can grow up thinking like, okay, this is my trajectory. This is what I want to do, and this is what I'm going for. And then you find yourself in your, you know, 20s going into your 30s, going into your 40s, and you're just like, when? You know what I mean? And then you realize, oh, you know, you get to know yourself better in ways that you didn't realize you ever would. And it just shifts those priorities, right? But there's still like that mourning of what you thought, of what you were looking forward to, of what you expected, right? And you're healing from that. I feel like this is okay. A lot of times this is going to be really deep and heavy, and maybe it is. Again, I don't mean any disrespect, but it feels like that's what we're healing from. We're being given time and protection to be able to heal, right? This person has a very white bandage on their head. White tends to speak of innocence and purity, right? Or maybe you've just had a lot of migraines. Tension. Might be more tension. I used to have chronic migraines because of my neck, and I used to refer to them as like the perfect storms, because it was never just any one particular thing. It was also the tension and the sinuses and just rah. So maybe you can relate to that. Under the 6 of Wands, is the 3 of Wands, fam. This is the card of expansion. Look at them in that red. You notice anything particular about the wardrobe? The ensemble with these freaking cards, fam? The common denominator happening is you. Right? Red isn't just your heart and lifeblood and love. It's passion. It's your creativity. It's what fuels you and enables you to persevere, right? It's cat hair. It's something you've been trying to protect. And you're very conscious of it now. There's a lot of gold going on in this picture, that conscious energy. I feel like you're getting it. Like, I feel like there are those who are not surprised at all by what I said in the beginning of this video. Like, yeah, I thought it was that, and then it was this, and you know what I mean? Everything changed because of that. Funny how one little thing can just epiphany central, right? This is, you've already been doing something, and now it's gone so well that you're expanding, like a business, being able to go into foreign markets, right? Things are so good, free shipping for everyone worldwide. You know what I mean? Enough people have caught on to what you're doing that you can expand. So it may not be business. It may just be like if you're a YouTuber and your channel, like you go viral for all of the best reasons. You know what I mean? This person is looking out from their vista point like, bring me that horizon. Let's go. Let's do this. This is what this whole new beginning is about. Having the world in the palm of your hand. So why don't you act like it? You forgot something. You know what I mean? What's coming up underneath that Knight of Cups? Are they reminding you? There's that Six of Pentacles energy. This person is also, don't forget the scale in their hands. This card reminds us that it's not about give and take. It's about give and receive. That ebb and flow. The Pentacles are the earth. They're everything. And they can be very slow moving. This is, think of like, I like to talk about like a garden. Cultivating that garden takes daily care. All right? And this person isn't worried about the fact that they're the one with the gold coins that they're able to share with others. There are things that those people are able to help that person with. You know, there's equality going on, balance, and that's coming up underneath the Knight of Cups. This is a very wonderful message coming in, fam. That's going to have you feeling that beautiful ebb and flow and balance of things, whatever's going on. We have that beautiful water energy, which covers the majority of the earth, right? And it goes deep. That little babbling brook doesn't look very wide, but it could still be very deep, right? So, boosh, something's really working out this month that you've been putting time in. That's a lot of fiery wand energy, which is really funny. Sorry, I'm just being cheesy and I'm amused by the fact that I'm doing an Aries reading. There's just wands everywhere. With, I just pulled the caboose card. With it, it's kind of like the single, nope, there's two cups. I feel like that's the balancing energy. The two cups and the pentacles are reminding you like, nope. You're getting a little carried away there. You gotta like balance things back out. Come on. I want to stoke your flames and enable you, but I don't want you to just completely take over everything. Egos are meant to play their parts, not run the show, right? Your id, your ego, whichever applies. Whatever's happened, fam, one of the main elements going on is being represented in this caboose card as far as I'm concerned. And that is the King of Wands. This is that pure energy of alchemy. You know what the silver linings are. You know what you're capable of. You have been there. You have done that. Look at that beautiful blank background that's happening, like a blank canvas, right? And they're on stone, my little salamander buddy. They're on stone, but that throne is golden, right? This king has been there, done that, and it's like the way he's positioned, he's looking over everything like that happened. Started at the bottom and now we're at the top is another one of the themes going on here. This has been such an evolutionary, transformative process thus far this year. That first half of the year, right? And now we're coming out the other end, fam. The conclusions of things that people have been working toward, looking forward to, or having no idea are coming, they're coming in. So you just continue healing and believing in yourself. Even those moments when you don't feel that strength within the fire and the passion. Just trust yourself. Have faith. Take this moment of what possible stagnation again with that blank canvas of a background. This person isn't fighting to get down. This one and the 8 of Swords, I don't think that their hands are tied. I think that this one just, maybe there's a knot in the wood in that spine and they're like, crap, dude. You know what I mean? Just vibing, you know? It just happens to be awkward, like an old school Final Fantasy game character. You know what I mean? Like, why do you always have your arms up like that? That doesn't look comfortable while you're standing around. What's the deal? Recycling trucks here. So just remember who you are, Aries. You're a fucking badass, but you're also so intelligent, and all of that thirst for life has done nothing but enable you. Good, bad, or ugly, it's done nothing but enable you. And we're alchemizing the bullshit into that good shit, and you just revel in it. Okay? That's my advice to you. Let's see about a little something else. I got the Moonology deck, fam, and I'm really digging it. It's so beautiful. I've been wanting it for a while. Oh, I forgot to check the bottom of the deck. What did I say? You kind of been expecting something in particular. It just hasn't come about. And you're like, what am I doing all this work for? Honor how far you've come. You know what I mean? If you need to make some adjustments, go for it. But this is something that's coming in. You've got that fiery passion, that creativity and drive, right? The courage. You have that courage, right? From your life experiences. Now you just gotta trust the process. Let the universe play with you, okay? Let it have some fun, because all that is coming in for you are the most pleasant of surprises, okay? Now, let's see what the additional cards are for you. What are the moon cards that we can help them with for July of 2025 for our Aries fam? What does the moon recommend? You need to be comfortable with waiting. You need to be comfortable with your impatience and learning how to go against that part of your nature. Go, go, go. I want to do this. I've done my research. I know what I need to know. Go, go, go. Hold on. Learn how. That's it. Thank you, Spirit. Learn how to savor the moment. This knight has those wings on their helmet and boots, but they're vibing. You know what I mean? They're not just zooming all over the place on the earth and the heavens. They're just vibing, prancing around, waiting for you to do your part, fam. That one. 2, we have time to take action. I mean, New moon in Aries. Hey, got an Aries card. But notice that coloring, that root chakra. And from the roots, we go up to the top. From the bottom to the top, we have waxing moon. The energy is gaining momentum. All right. So I feel like that's reminding you, like, you can do enough. Don't worry about it. You can do enough. But since this is a new deck, thank you for your patience. Let's go ahead and bust out the book. Because I feel like there's something else in here that is a point that needs to be made. The flame is lit. A wonderful new start beckons, and you're on the right track. Drawing this card is a superbly positive sign if there is something you want to happen in your life. Take this card as a big yes from the universe. This is the time to really tune into your dreams. You may still have a long way to go. After all, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, but you're on your way. Determination, self-assertion, and bravery are called for, but the hot fire of Aries is driving you towards success in whatever endeavor you're asking about. The caution? Don't go too fast and forget your manners. Treat people well as you charge towards your goals. You'll create much better karma for yourself. I feel like you already know, but like whatever it is, then another point it makes under attuned to the moon is don't even think about giving up. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Additional meanings for this card is do your best and be happy with that. Avoid being brash right now. You need a 12-month plan. Okay, so you've gotten this far and now you recognize that you need to make some adjustments. Let's evolve things with us, right? A new male is coming into your life. Take that as you please, fam. So Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So the new moon in Aries is the first of the 12 or 13 new moons of the year. If you're committed to working with all the lunations, then the new moon in Aries is the right time to start. And drawing this card, no matter when you do, signifies it's also the ideal time to start your moon work, such as setting intentions, because it's all beginning with you, right? Within your mind, your heart, and your soul, and all that good. Moving on to the waxing moon. During the waxing moon cycle, hope springs eternal. This card is a very positive omen, indicating that you can create the reality you're dreaming of, though it will take some work and you're not quite there yet. Sensing a theme, hey! There is a time of energies rising up, emotions are building too. Where do you want to go? And do you believe you can get there? Either you can just keep meditating and focusing on your desired outcome, or you can make the courageous commitment to take more practical steps towards your goals. Whichever you decide, you are most certainly on the right track. And that's an affirmation for you with this. I know I'm headed in the right direction. I know that I'm always on the right path, right? So additional meanings, the situation is full of potential. Your dream may or can come true. More effort is yet required. Are you willing to give it? I think so, but I feel like you're learning your part in things as far as like the woo-woo stuff, you know, fate and the universe and what the heck that means for you, right? Being able to hand over that control for the things you don't actually have control over. Like, it feels like a time that a lot of us are really, truly figuring that out, at least for this chapter. You know what I mean? At least for this chapter. So review your goals and ensure you're still committed. Keep moving forward. So the waxing cycle is the period of the lunar cycle from new moon to full moon. And during this time, the moon appears to be slightly bigger and rounder every night. This is a very empowered and empowering time. And this is a very promising card. It suggests now is the time to make plans and act on them, no matter when you actually pull the card. I forgot to mention what was on the bottom of the Moonology deck, and that was take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon. There's that balance. I was like, I feel like there's something missing. Found it. Take time to breathe, fam. Take time to breathe. Hey. So where's that balance in there for you? What's resonating for you? Right? Because I feel like that, you know, you need to remember that you're not alone on this adventure. Okay? And like I said, you're always on the right path. You're always on the right path. You're making those choices. You're always on the right path. You got this. And always remember that not only do I appreciate your company throughout this entire video, but always remember, Aries, I believe in you.